Welcome to the Fine Tooth Comb. Yo, welcome to the Fine Tooth Comb podcast. This is your host, PCast1510, coming at you on video format this time on this 24th of April 2022. I'm going to be talking about the Imola Grand Prix made at Italy. It's crazy ass name, but coming out to you from the domain here in Austin, Texas, baby. Look at that. I want to be one of the greatest podcasters out there, man, for Formula One and just in general, just to give you a good vibe and all that and show all these motherfuckers how to do it. So shout out. I want to give you a shout out to everybody that's out there doing it. Let me turn this down before they get me kicked out for music copyright, but come on, man, fair use. I'm trying to turn up. You guys are the reasons why I'm turning up. Like when you guys hear about anyways, I digress. So this is the first time that I'm gonna be doing video format on YouTube, because why not? I have a dope ass background, might as well do it. But I've been doing it on just audio format, so go follow all the episodes on the podcast over there on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm. It's gonna be dope. But I wanted to do it because I was listening to Dan Carlin and just the way that he was explaining on how like Rome or just societies fail or succeed, and it's just adapting to the times and all that. And one of the things is that's the reason why I love Formula One, and this is the podcast because you know what, I feel a little rushed, but I want to take my time. I'm gonna keep it again, Formula One, keeping the equation and learning the formula, and this is part of it. I want to keep it like around 12-20 minutes video format, just a quick thing, because shout out to WTF1 podcast and out there, all those guys doing it, the Pit Stop Boys, live, these guys, they just came on my live, and the inspiration for all these. And Nico, driver 64 something like that, all those people, shout out to Dono Media. But wanted to do it and talk. And one of the things that I don't want to do that I'm noticing, and this is inspired by music, Metallica. So a little bit about the podcast and how it is. If you go listen to my other podcast, I always give a shot, dedicate the episodes to the truck drivers, the third shift workers, the graveyard workers, people that are just doing whatever you're doing that you're at work, that you can listen to podcasts. These podcasts are for you guys because they usually, those audio ones, they last like 2 hours, 3 hours, and I'm just talking about I go on rabbit holes. And I wanted to give you guys a podcast where it's to pass the time. It's nothing serious. It's to have fun. It's just a hobby. It's something hanging around. And with technology is to be able to spend that time with you guys and share thoughts and shoot the shit and be able to actually just do it with, I call it the house podcast. Just like house music, where it's not a production. And I think and everybody wants to study Joe Rogan and all that. The secret is he's just doing it for fun. He likes to talk to people. He's an inspiration, just like every other motherfucker here on YouTube. That's the influence, but it's just actually having fun and enjoying it. And I saw it not too long ago where it was just like, it's the person that likes the walk is going to be more successful than the person that is trying to get to the destination. So it's like the person that likes the journey is going to be like succeeding and all that. It's too much production. It's too much all this. Yo, my shit, I have an iPhone popped in a fucking box. What's in the fucking box? Fucking doggy training pads, man. Just for that. It's just a little quick, obviously, because you're gonna put some effort. But there was some like production and all that, man. I carry that thing I make phone calls, I make business deals on that phone, man. And I was just the park, walking the dog, the puppy. He enjoyed it. It was awesome. And it's just those things to just talk about random things and connect them and see how other people think, their opinions, and that it's fun because you like to bounce ideas to either validate. So that's going to be part of the podcast too. That's why the title is Fine Tooth Comb Podcast. I'm looking at things with a fine tooth comb. Whether it started off with music, analyzing lyrics, and I still do it, and I put it on, and if you see it, I try to explain and bounce things off of not just Formula One, because that's the thing. I was like, damn, everybody's saying the same thing, and I caught myself doing doing that too, where I was just explaining what happened on the race. I'm like, you know what, guys, fucking Formula One is doing such a fucking great job that, like, go watch their videos on YouTube or go get the subscription, and you get access to all those videos, the TED Talks and all that. It's like, go, they're gonna tell you what happened. Like, if you're here, it's because you know what the fuck happened. Like, that's at this level, bro. Like, this is not intro and all that. There's other videos that we talk about it, but there's already people that are so much into Formula One that they want to be talking about Formula One at a whole different level. And I'm your boy, and I want to talk to people. I want to learn. I want to meet people and see how they think, what they think. And the cool thing that I like is, being alone and all that shit sucks. Holla if you're looking at me on the internet. And it's cool having another person, and it's about those vibes that you feed off of each other, and you are with like-minded people, and you influence people. And this is the whole thing about Formula One. Everybody's trying to, like, they're like, oh shit, that shit's working. Like, what the fuck are they doing over there? Hey, let's fucking try to do that shit too, and see who comes up. Like, I was in rocket science class, and that shit was dope because, like, you will see the signs, and then when they test them, like, oh, that shit fucking failed, or your shit fails, and they succeed, like, and it's all these things that you put together to just have a good time and get ahead in society, man. It's fucking dope. And so, what the fuck is Mercedes doing, bro? Like, I'm not going to be hating on them, even though I am. But in the sense of, like, okay, we get it. Like, you have a shit box this year. We all do. We don't start, like, that's why it's a formula. Remember, like, shit happens. It's not your fault. They changed the things, because it was getting kind of boring. Like, bro, the same fucking podium. Come on, bro. Like, but it's the excitement. It's all those things that you add to it. And, like, if you have a chef box, this is where I want to see the motherfuckers at Mercedes actually designing things and coming up with things. That's when I'm fucking impressed. If you've been doing it, you're just maintaining it. You know what works. You tweak stuff and all that. But when you're like, oh, we have a shit box, but watch me. I'm fast as fuck, boy. Watch me. Like, that's where I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers came back. Like, these motherfuckers are adapting to the fucking changes in society. You see how it all comes back around to the societies that are successful are the ones that adapt to the changes in time with the thinking, the emotions, the societal, it's standards, man. It's standards. Like, what is the bullshit that we're going to put up with? My language, that's what you're that's what you're offended by. Like, you're not thinking about, like, other things around the world that are fucking going on. Like, that's where your life is fucking dope if you're worried about me cussing. And that's what I'm saying. It's a house podcast, man. Like, we're down to earth. We're calling, like, everybody's bullshit out. Like, it's time to get real. Like, we're fucking real. And holla at your boy if it's otherwise. But, like, the truth is going to win overall. Like, but at the end, we're here to have a fucking dope ass time. to turn the fuck up. And this is what I tell Mercedes, like, okay, we get it. You have a chef box? And I fucking tweeted. I was like, you already fucking spent the money. Might as well turn up. Like, hey, fuck it. Hey, we know. And it's not a surprise at this point, man. It's already the 4th race. We're going to the 5th one. Like, we get it. Now, like, improve, but have a good time. If you're there, enjoy the fucking process. Enjoy the process, and it's happening. But break time. I don't know if I just want to double check that I'm actually recording. Yeah, I got the audio going on. Ooh, the people are out there. Domaining, bro. That's dope ass view here. And we're gonna be calling out fucking people's bullshit, bro. Ferrari, the Tifosi is strong over there, bro. That's the shit that again, vibes, bro. The vibes, and these motherfuckers, you see them, and it's cool. I became a fan in 2020. So during the pandemic, when there's no audience and all that. So that was like my normal. That was my baseline. And then last year, where it was like some races and little by little, but these like people are still acting funny, bro. Like in the we kind of know there's Corona going around, and so everybody was just like we were all playing it safe, like keep your cooties to yourself. But as y'all can see, motherfuckers we're getting crazy out there, bro. Like, everybody is fucking wilding out, bro. Like, they let us loose for the summer, and that's what the fuck we're doing, bro. We're gonna be turning the fuck up. Yo, Australia, shout out to Australia once again. These motherfuckers took the cake on the audience. You see how fucking huge the audience was? The Italian the Grand Prix Imola, they only had like 64,000 or something like that, 60 or 64,000 people. Shout out to them. It's cool. It's Italy. I don't know the size comparison, but I'm pretty sure it's fucking small. But I'm sure 6,000 is still dope as fuck, bro. And because in Austin we had the 400,000 people. I wonder how many tickets they're gonna sell. They've sold so far, and it's one of those things of like, oh shit, like, are we gonna like? It's there. What did Kanye West say? Hey, tell the promoter we need more seats. We just sold out all the floor seats. Go LA. Yo, we're going to Miami, baby. Almost like I don't know mojitos could be. Yo, my dog is just fucking straight chilling on the ground. The motherfucker had fun today, bro. It was a nice day out there. We're doing a hood rat show with the neighbors at the park, bro. Alright, I'll tell you this fucking story, bro. There's this group of people, and I mean neighbors and friends that we hang out at the park and all that. And I haven't met this dude. So we're talking, and then I was in a conversation with somebody, and the homie, he's a veteran, and there's been some accidents that, anyways, I'm in mid-conversation, and homie's like, hey, whose dog is, because they're running around. He's like, whose dog is this? And I'm like, hey, it's mine, bro. Like, what's up? He's like, is this your dog? It's like, yeah, it's my dog. He's like, what's your name? And I was just like, hey, bro. Like, get right here, bro. Like, what's up? And I was like, I mean, it depends. Why? Like, who's asking and all that? It's like, no, what's your name? And I was like, yo, like, why? I was like, hey, I don't know what kind of angle you're coming at me from, bro. Like, and so I was ready to run, bro. I was like, who's asking? And so I was like, hey, bro, I don't know what kind of angle, like, at what angle you're coming at me from, but, like, what's your deal? Like, what's going on? And then my neighbor, bro, he's like, hey, no. He's one of the neighbors, bro. He's like, he's chill. He's like, he's just introduced. I was like, oh. I was like, bro, I'm sorry, bro. I was in mid-conversation, bro. And because he was asking about my dog, so that's when I'm like, I'm looking at him. My dog didn't do fucking, he was just fucking playing around with all the dogs and shit, right? And so I don't know, he was coming to me like at an angle, like, yo, your dog like did something right, or he took a shit. That's what I was thinking. It's like, hey, your dog took a shit, like go pick up your shit or whatever. Or if somebody was like looking for me or some shit, bro. And I was just like, hey, bro, like the fuck? And the neighbor's like, no, he's cool. He's one of us, bro. He's one of our neighbors. Like, oh, I was like, hey, my bad, bro. You just like, it was just weird, bro. Like, you don't introduce yourself to somebody. Hey, what's up, man? I'm one of the neighbors. You introduce yourself first. Hey, I'm so and so. Like, why are you asking me for my name? Like, a random person. It was. I was ready, bro. I was like, let's go, bro. Oh. Hey, yo, this is Kobe. It's my little dog. My old man. He's just chilling, bro. And I don't know. It was just pretty dope. But this is the podcast where we break the fourth wall. We do a little bit of Deadpool. We keep it real. We have fun. And we talk about all the things. When I say talk, I say we, because I want y'all motherfuckers in the comments fucking talking your shit to each other in good faith. And hey, we're gonna be talking about UFOs. We're gonna be talking about music. We're gonna be talking about psychology, sociology. So I don't know. It just sounded nice, so I put that word in there. But we're gonna be talking about like Formula One, the business side of it and all that. Because to me, I was just like, yo, why is Toto? He's the owner. He's the team principal and all that. Why is he apologizing to Lewis Hamilton? I was like, oh, it's like George Russell finished in fourth place, bro. Like you already have Ferrari and Red Bull already in the front, and then you have McLaren. Yo, shout out to Lando Norris coming out from like nowhere, bro. But dude, the qualifying was dope, and he got up ahead. Like they slingshotted right to the front. Danny Rick. It was good racing, bro. Like it just Carlos Sainz could have done something a little bit more. Like he needs to go get practice on how to get out of the gravel traps. Like because we've seen Lewis Hamilton like even it was on the same track last year where he went and he backed it up all the way from the wall. It's just like so you can actually do it. You just like he's putting too much gas, bro. It's just like bro, you gotta go slow or you're gonna get stuck. That's what you're gonna be doing. But it sucks. It sucks that it happened to him like twice in a row. This shit happens. And you know what? I called it. I called it at the end because I was explaining to somebody, oh, dude, I'll tell you this. Let me give you a little backstory, okay? I got to backtrack. Bro, I'm doing a podcast, bro. Crazy ass motherfucker right there, bro. Only child syndrome. But I had the best view of the Imola Grand Prix. I don't care where you say that you were. You had the pistols, grandstands. You were there. The paddock plus. Bro, from where? Bro. Dude, I'm doing a podcast. The way is it stuck in your tooth? No. It's the way that I was watching the Grand Prix. It was fucking dope, bro. I won't go into details, but there's no better way of watching the Grand Prix the way that I did. It's good vibes and good times. And talking about good times, dude, I had a dope ass weekend here in Austin. Okay, guys, if you ever come to Austin, okay, they have some on the river. They have some little kayaks and paddle boards rental places. Dude, get it by the hour if you don't want to stay too long, but I just say just go for the limited, the all day basically. It's $45, bro. Spend the $45. You're already there. And we had a double and we were kayaking. And so here's a little difference between the paddleboard and the kayaks. Apparently that was my first time. I've never done it. So the paddleboards, you're doing more because you're standing up and you're doing more of a workout. You're standing up and sitting down. The kayak, we were sitting down the whole time, chilling the whole time. And you can adjust them and all that, the seats, and then they have the paddles, whatever. And if you keep good balance, if you're not rocking, you should be good. Don't be scared of falling in the water. The water's not that deep anyways. They have a little sandbar in the middle that people hang out. It's fucking dope. And you got to go try it. Go down to the river and go kayaking. you kayak the river downtown. It's dope. It's an experience unlike any other. You can go at any time of the day. Apparently during the morning, during the sunrise is amazing. I got to experience the sunset. It's top memory up there. It's a whole different experience. You're just in the water, kayaking, and it's like a whole ass city. You're in Austin, you're in Texas, freedom, baby. And it's a dope ass experience. You can go during the day when it's all hot and sunny. Apparently when it's raining, it's a whole different. I've experienced the river when it's raining, but never on the river. And the river is fucking wide, bro. It's awesome. There's a lot of fucking traffic, canoes and all that. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's friendly. You got to go try it. That's been a little part of my weekend. It's been dope. But it's doing the work. It's actually going out there and just getting shit done. Like whoever puts the most work into anything. And here's a little thing to like kayaking, bro. Because at some point, like we were fucking going fast and like we were like becoming sloppy. Like we're going fast, we're out of sync, and you're just like rocking. I was like, hey, what if we like slow down and we can actually think about like what the fuck we're doing? And I didn't say it like that, okay? But I was like, we can actually think of what, like how we're like the rhythm and all that. And dude, we slowed down the paddling, and we were just like going, and it became smooth, and it's just like, and it just worked better than us like trying to fucking rush and all that. So it's knowing what to do and knowing the formula and how to use it and how to adapt to it and all that, and knowing that it's not going to take time, or that it's not going to be fast, that it's going to take time to get all those things done. Like it takes work, it takes repetition to understand it. I was like, hey, I'm sorry, like it's my first time, like, because that was one of the things. You know what? Here's the thing. If you still have Netflix, because I'm thinking of canceling my shit, bro. Like these motherfuckers are getting too ridiculous. I don't know. Apple TV's over there killing it, but if you still have Netflix, go watch Adam's Project with Ryan Reynolds. Fucking hilarious. And Jennifer Gardner, bro, and Mark Ruffalo. That's the Hulk, baby. Hey, bro, I'm doing a podcast. I'll play with you right now because I gotta cut it short. Anyways, and dope ass movie. But one of the things that I really took from it was part of like you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be you. And one of the things, because like with Mercedes, they want to be perfect all the fucking time, but it's like, hey, like that's not reality. Okay, so like take it easy and adjust. Go again. Try. That's part of the repetition. It's like it's not working. Figure it out and try it. And it's like it doesn't have to be perfect all the time. So when I was like, hey, you know what? I want, because my mentality is like I want to be perfect. I'm a man, and I gotta show off and like fucking do it. It's like, you know what? No, it's like it's my first time. I'm not a fucking expert at kayaking. I don't even fuck around with water. And I was excited. I was like, I changed my mentality of trying new things and all that. Just because I was scared, I was like, you know what? Fuck it, everybody's doing it. It's like there's life jacket. Like, come on. So, anyways, I was like, fuck yeah, I was excited to try it, and I was like, hey, I'm sorry that I was, because she was like, hey, you're not doing it. I was like, I know, I think so or whatever, but I'm figuring it out. I was like, hey, you know what? Let's do it again. Next time I'll be better, and we're having fun, and it was such a blast, bro. Like it was, and she didn't say it like in a negative way or anything. It was because I was asking like, hey, am I doing it right and stuff like that, giving me tips. Who's fucking mowing their grass right now, bro? Landscapers working on a Sunday? Damn, bro. Anyways, I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but it's just about enjoying the walk, enjoying the process, and not giving up. Keep going. Have a fucking great time. But I didn't understand why Toto Wolff was apologizing to Lewis Hamilton and saying like, hey, it's like, come on, dude. The origins P4, did I already talk about this? I think I already did. But the people are out there having a good time. It's beautiful out there. What else can we talk about the podcast? The race itself was kind of boring. Everything happened in the beginning. And so this is where we're talking about like a different thing of like Formula One, okay? And it's not just, oh, it was a boring race. I will explain why it was a boring race, but not really. Of how there's different things. And this is like shout out to like the whole Drive to Survive and everything that we get to see behind the scenes of Formula One and NASCAR. Here, I'll probably cut this clip so I can just upload it. But NASCAR, take some fucking notes of why Formula One is actually having all this success. Because one, they're adapting to the times. If you see the full episode, you'll see that I'm explaining why the societies are successful, and it's by doing the work, but in adapting to the changes in times and then doing the work. So NASCAR, like I'm American. I don't even know what the fuck NASCAR is in the sense of like the rules. If you're trying to appeal to like a whole different audience and all that, you got to explain what NASCAR is. And I think the Formula One did that with like, there's a backstory and it's more than just the racing. So it's like, what's so special about going in circles or sometimes in the street circuits? It's like I don't know what it is, and it's like I know it's a Southern tradition, and I mean like obviously I know what the fuck NASCAR is, but it's like there's no connection. They're not engaging with the community. They're not trying to improve different things. Like y'all motherfuckers just trying to go race, and that's why I guess Formula One is more interesting because you're trying to develop the formula of the aerodynamics, the drive, the strategy, all this, the tires. Sportsmanship, and outside of that, from like now, like you have the drivers' reactions where like you get to see what all the drivers like think right after the race, and they're like little snippets, and the backstories and the post interview, the pre-interview race, the Thursday warm up, and this is F1 media. On Thursdays they do the weekend warm up, and then Fridays they do the practices, but they explain more they go into more detail on the teams and what they're doing, the aerodynamics. And if you notice, they have Sam Collins, the technical advisor, the tech talk host and of the show, and explaining the technical side of it and the regulations and things like that. Like, if they have to change their engines or their power units, how they get penalized, and it's a little about the rules. It might sound boring, but it's like, no, they're not. Hey, the rule, no. We're saying like if this happens, because it's good to know. It's like why they qualify a position, but they have to drop back or penalties, and and then you start going into the analysis of the race or the moves or whatever happened between like the practices and the qualifying. You have Julian Palmer doing the analysis of the race. So you have all these things that like get you into it. Like NASCAR doesn't have those things. And like if you go look at the YouTube videos of like the highlights or whatever, they're like really fast. You motherfuckers have like 500 laps, 200 laps, and yeah, it's little, but you're like, what? Like those are all the highlights. What if you guys give a little bit of backstory, maybe of like, okay, this was a highlight and this is the importance of it because he moved up a position, and the reason why, like with Formula One, you have the top teams, the midfield, and then you have the bottom teams. Back in the last year, it was Haas, it was Williams, it was Alfa Romeo. It's those teams that are doing not as good as those other teams. Like Williams didn't score points or stuff like that, or Haas didn't score points, but then this year they're qualifying. So the fact that Kevin Magnussen is up in the points and up qualifying fourth in the race and then still finishing eighth but within the points, of why that's important to them, because they're actually doing good, and it's for an American team. And also, not just that, it's like he just returned back because of this whole situation that's going on in Russia. And you see how or in Ukraine, because of the Russians, and you start seeing how everything is more than just racing. It's a whole society of teams, and they're worldwide. They go traveling everywhere, and what it means. Like now we have 3 races in the United States, when back then we only had 1. And even that after, like, before 2012. But then again, we didn't have any. But then if you start analyzing more of what it brings to the community, we have 400,000 tickets sold in Austin for the American Grand Prix. And what that, like the tourism, just how much the economy is impacted by that one race, and what that brings to the city. And then because everything's a business. It's not just about racing. Like, you might as well make money off of it. And this is where the podcast that we talk all about it. But I want to keep this podcast short. Stay tuned to the next episodes, and I hope to be bringing you guys more organic house style podcasts where there's no productions. It's just shooting the shit, and let's have some, because I was like against all those things, but you know what, let's try it out. Let's try out this formula. Let's see what works and what doesn't. Where, you know, if we start getting more engagement on the comments and things like that, or the opinions, maybe I can be doing like reactions to those or answering questions to that, kind of like Mercedes is doing. And I love so shout out to Formula One and everybody that's doing everything. There's no hate between everything. It's just friendly competition. So yeah, I'm going to be doing my shit, talking to Mercedes and 2 other teams. And because I'm a Red Bull fan, because like I said, I've drank a Red Bull energy drink, but I've never owned a Mercedes. So right now I'm going to be going for Red Bull. That's why I'm a Red Bulls fan. But anyways, that's been the podcast, and let's see where this goes. Peace out.